So as we return to schools and hotels, these are places where there are certainly places where we do have a hybrid remote on-prem capability. Our business and your businesses are certainly that, but there are places where we are going to need to gather en masse and keep people safe. So as we return to those places like schools and hotels and places of work, how does augmented radar imaging fit into that equation? And what do your devices do, sir?
That's a great question. I think that's really what we're all about, is how do we kind of create as a new normal as possible, safety without disruption. So what we do and what we're all about is we provide sort of connected devices for ingress screening. So any point of entry into a building, a restaurant, a hotel, a school, or whatever, and take wellness readings and post those readings not only locally but up in the cloud for big data analytics. So if it's a vaccination clinic that we're rolling out with some federal agencies, or if it's enabling sports events to happen, we're that ingress screening place that allows us to gather all that data, put it up into the cloud, and start turning, instead of single point entry information into real information, so I can start to see trends and comparative and predictive analytics on what's happening. So I can sort of put a barrier around, where I trust to be and where I know is safe to be. And how do we enable all those events, all those hotels, all those airports to get back with volumes of people? And schools and vaccination clinics and hotels are just great examples of places that we're deployed at today.
Got it. So let's help the folks at home understand, the device itself. I've been into different buildings, and each business and has their own philosophy on allowing people to come in. Typically, we'll get stopped, and a human will have to, with a triggered device, scan my forehead or my wrist, what have you, to really inform them what my temperature is, and then I'm brought in. How is ARI different than not only just the human factor of I've got to touch every scan and have a human to monitor this, but how are you different technologically in that aspect?
So that's a great question. So our device at the most simplest level is validating wellness at a distance, at a safe distance. So we look at wellness characteristics, things like temperature, respiratory rate, and heart rate, and we'll measure them at a distance. And it's all about fast, accurate, consistent, and safe screening. So instead of having at the hospital where you have 5 people barrier and entry into the place and ask questions and touch people with thermal imaging devices or thermometers, it's about automating that process, getting it more accurate, and creating safety, and sort of taking all that information and putting it in one place. So it's really a connected device that leverages a bunch of different technology. It's not just a thermometer. It's a device that has what we call multi-sensor fusion. We have a number of different sensors, whether it's vision sensors, whether it's thermal imaging, thermocouples, radar. We leverage all those different sensors to be able to understand your core temperature, your real heart rate, your real respiratory rate, as opposed to just your skin temperature after you've cooled off in a certain environment.
Got it.
Fast, accurate, consistent screening. It's all
Very
about
cool.
safety.